Hey guys, welcome to Burn Pilates. My name is Lydia, and today I'm going to be leading you through a reformer-inspired workout on the mat. This is an original class that I called Reformat, bringing reformer to the mat and reformatting the way that you train. Using a set of light dumbbells, I'm using 3 pounds for myself, along with a glider. You can always supplement these pieces by using, for the glider, a paper plate, even socks on your floor as long as they glide, even a hand towel. And of course, weights, you can always use water bottles that are filled up, or get rid of the weights and just use your own body weight as natural resistance. Set up your mat, keep some water close by. It is cold here and we are gonna get warm fast. Without further ado, welcome to your reformer inspired class today. Starting right away to warm up because I'm definitely feeling the cool. The October months are settling in, and one of the most important things in beginning a warm up is to keep your body warm. So if you need to wear socks, shoes, keep a sweater on, anything at all to get your body warm from wherever you're training today, I encourage you to do so. Starting right away with our glider, you're gonna bring your glider, setting it up underneath your right foot. The goal in working with the glider is to feel the movement that you are simulating as if you had the carriage to press away. Take a moment here, shoulders rolling down and back. You're gonna stretch your right leg away as if you're moving the carriage on light tension. From here, stretching through the back of your thigh, I want you to flex your right glute. By flexing the glute, we're stretching up the hip. The knee should never be bent. We want full elongation. From here, take a full breath in. And on your exhale, just start to hip stretch and open up as you bend your left leg. And then bringing your body weight all the way back up, taking the stretch between both legs, squeezing your glutes. Inhale, hip stretch that right side as you open up. Exhale to lengthen, dragging your glider up and in. Inhale and exhale. Just get into the movement here from that left leg as you bend. Your knee is staying over top of your heel, and you're dragging your body weight up. Right leg fully executing length. Contract your glute, stretch your hip open. Taking one more rep from here, deep breath in. And exhale, full stretch up. Sending your arms all the way forward, reaching your palms down to the floor. Lift your arms all the way up as you hold the lunge right here. Take a full breath in. Bend your elbows all the way towards your waist. Exhale, stretch your arms up. And then inhale as you lower down, framing your left leg. Exhale to lift. We bend and stretch. Reach, flex that right glute. Left knee is over top of your heel and ankle, not over top of your foot and ankle. Check the positioning and lift one more time. Deep breath in and exhale, lengthen. Come all the way up and set up right away for the second side. Right leg standing in parallel, left leg set up in parallel, hips staying square. Take a full breath in and exhale. Reach your left leg back, fully extend up through the kneecap, lengthen and flex your glute. Punch your butt if you're not sure. You want to feel that butt is tight. Take a full breath in as you bend the right leg, kneecap over heel, ankle, and then draw the energy back up, stretching through the front of the left hip now. Full stretch. Ooh, I'm already getting warm. This is the goal. Deep breath in and exhale. Notice how your hips are moving here. They're following the trajectory of that glider. Knit your ribs together. Get your abs to engage. Go for one more here and hold the depth of your lunge, stretching your arms all the way out. Inhale as we bend, gathering the resistance into our waist, pressing down, framing that right leg, making sure your inner thigh is engaged. Weight into the big toe and heel. Flex the left glute. No bend in that left knee. You're stretching out. You're lengthening and activating. Take one more. Inhale to bend. Exhale to stretch. Deep breath in and full lengthen. Come all the way up. Shake it out. Give yourself a little moment. We are going to be bringing it down to the floor. And what you want to do is check that the knees are supported. If you're feeling sensitive, roll your mat up. Depending on the day, sometimes I have to roll up my mat just a couple times so that my knees feel really good on my floor. Do you, and whatever feels best. Make sure that your knees, especially your hips, your shoulders, elbows, joints are supported. Left hand stays fully present in the floor and mat. Take a full breath in. Flex your right fist. And from here, as you exhale, you're going to twist on up. You want your pinky finger staying in the alignment that you've set up right here with your fisted hand. So as you press your floor with your left arm, you're stretching and twisting your upper body, but making sure that the right pinky finger is always facing towards your back wall as you stretch. Don't change your hand to here or here. You're keeping the same rotation. Deep breath in. Push down to open. Stretch, lengthen. Go for one more. Inhale and exhale. As you bring your right hand down, open up your fingers, flex your left fist into the floor, take a full breath in, and exhale, reach on up, twist. Inhale as you lower. You're maintaining hip stability. You're maintaining that stretch of your right arm, and if anything, you're pressing it down just a little bit more to fully activate. You push down, create that tension through your body. Exhale to stretch. Inhale to lower. Ground your knees. Go for one more. Deep breath in. And exhale. Bring your hand all the way down towards the mat. Grab your glider and place it underneath your right toes, making sure that your arms have the support through your lats. Open up your fingers, look from left to right, stretch your neck out, relieve any tension buildup that might happen. Flex your left toes, and just as if you were pressing from the foot bar, stretching, you're keeping your stability over top of your mat. You're keeping your stability on your carriage. Take a full breath in, and on your exhale, press your toes down into your glider to move the knee back in. Stretch on out, upper body forward. Press down into your glider to pull in. You don't want to stretch and bend easily. And what I mean by that is you shouldn't be just gliding in and out like this. I know I'm exaggerating. I'm sure none of you look quite like that, but the idea is to create the friction. So you're pushing down to get the movement. So you're pushing down so hard that you're creating a bit more tension into your ground than anything else, causing the glider to have to move slow. This is going to get all of your muscles activated through your right leg. Take a full breath in. Exhale is going to help you activate through your core. Go for another set here of 2. Go for one more. Stretch on out, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Bend your knee, come all the way back, release. You're gonna take your toes, flatten them, or keep them flexed if that feels better. And from here, grabbing one weight value, place into the back of your right knee. Heel in towards your glutes. Bring your elbows down and plant them in a forearm plank position so you can press your hips back. You're gonna lift your right leg up, lower it down, and lift again, stretching out through the front of the right hip. When you lift your leg up, this is the stretch I'm talking about, from hip to knee. We're creating length. You don't want to overly arch your back though. We don't want to do this. Keep your upper back nice and wide. Heel close towards your glute. Exhale and inhale. And if you need to have your left toes flexed to help you find more support in keeping your body square, flex your left toes in the ground. I felt that my foot flat was causing me to shift, so I just flexed my toes. You're gonna make choices every day that are slightly different, but also customized to your body and your focus on that day. So make the choices here and now that serve you. You should feel your glute totally activate as you lift. abs engaging, making sure that, again, you're not overly arching your back. Hip stability comes from your core, which is glutes and abs. Exhale and deep breath in. Go for a last set of 2. Finish with 1 more. Lift and smoothly lower. From here, place your weight all the way back down to the mat, setting up with your hands, opening up your arms. Nice wide stance. We're going to bring both sets of feet onto the glider. Modify as you need for this movement. You're going to take your toes flexing down. Lift your knees. Take a full breath in. Upper back engaged, nice and wide through the back. Stretch your legs out. Find your plank. Take an inhale to stay. And on your exhale, use the heels of your hands to start to drag the movement in. Knees squeezing together. Stretch on out nice and slow. And exhale, toes pressing down. Let's go for another set of 4. For 3. Keep connecting your muscles and bones into the midline. Squeeze your body into center. Feel the heels of your hands drag in. You want to get your arms engaged. Exhale. Inhale. Go for 1 more. Bend your knees, take them down to the mat. And from here, right leg staying static, upper body fully supported, left toes on the glider. Stretch on out. Find that connection lengthening. And then drive toes down to glider, moving the leg back in to all fours, tabletop. Your knee should not be passing where the right leg is in space. Be really, really accurate here. No different than if we were on the reformer. We don't want to touch the stopper. You want to find those little nuances in your body where you're not cheating range of motion just because you're working on the mat. Deep breath in and exhale. Press down, down, down. The more you push down, not just through your arms, but also through your right leg in support and your left toes in the glider, the more you'll be able to get the abs to do that suction cup, lifting up towards your spine. Last set of 2. Go for 1 more. And exhale. Take your knee down, weight right into the back of the left leg, forearms supported on the mat, hips back. Take a full breath in, and exhale, lift left leg up. You're stretching the left hip open as we engage glutes and abs. How hard can you squeeze your weight in to the back of your leg? Using your leg. How tight can you keep your hips squaring off in that parallel, making sure that you're not twisting or overly arching. Abs are working with the butt. Start to bring that mindfulness into your body. And they're not just working because I say they're working. They might not be working at all. You got to think about it. You got to start to turn on the focus. Heel of the left foot, staying glued in towards your glute. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Let's go up and down for a final set here of 4. For 3. Last set of 2. Exhale, lift. Finish with 1 more deep breath in and exhale, lift. Taking your knee all the way down, release your weight, place it to the floor and mat, and give yourself a stretch in any position that feels best for you. When you're ready, slowly unraveling, taking both sets of feet onto that glider, setting up right away, arms again nice and wide, upper back engaged. You don't want to feel that your shoulder blades are squeezing in. You want to feel that you're pressing through the floor, widening through those shoulder blades. Elbows soft, lats engaged. Turn on the muscles right here through your back, all the way through your sides. Squeeze your knees in tight, take a full breath in. Lift, and on your exhale, stretch all the way out. Take an inhale, and on your exhale, dragging up to a pike halfway. and smoothly lower down. It's really tempting to throw the weight and do this, but what you want to do is, again, apply the friction and think of your hands dragging in. Think of the palms pulling you in. Use that form and practice here. It's a practice. It's not about getting the movement perfect. Upper body through the arms. Just go for a couple more. Definitely not easy. Smoothly. Take your body all the way out and bring your knees all the way down. Head into one more stretch. Take an inhale. And on your exhale, unravel. We're going to come all the way back up to standing. We're going to be using the glider. We're also going to be using our weights. Setting up, you want to have your left foot standing on the mat, right toes on the glider. And from here, you're going to step the left leg into a soft internal rotation. So just make sure your internal rotation is always represented in a way that you can work safely through your kneecap and that you're not feeling any torque. You want to have your heel looking towards a little bit more of a 7 o'clock, toes looking towards a 1 o'clock. Your right leg is in parallel, your knee is soft. Pull your weights in, wrist towards shoulders. Send your hips softly back into a Pilates sit back. This is not a squat. There should be no crunch in your hips. Be very attentive of that. Take a full breath in, and on your exhale, stretch your right arm all the way out as you lengthen your right leg long. Breathing in, on your exhale, pull that glider / carriage in. Right arm draws in towards the waist. Flex through that right glute. As you stretch out, make sure you feel the right butt and booty pop. That's going to help extend your hip and also help you work your abs. Tight hips mean the abs usually don't work properly, so we're trying to always stretch out the hips and work the butt and the abs. Left arm staying tight in towards your waist. Deep breath in and exhale. Left knee staying over top of the ankle. Don't push your knee forward. Keep it exactly as is and go for a last set of 2. And exhale. Go for one more. And exhale. From here, you're going to pivot your hips. The right leg is now parallel to the left. Take your toes off your glider, bring your leg in, stop it right next to your left. Take your arms into a forearm plank position. From here, take a full breath in. On your exhale, you're going to fly into a parallel cactus as you bring your right leg up to the side into that parallel attitude and then lower down. Left knee has a soft bend. Both legs are in parallel because of how you shifted your hips. And from here, we're working with the same control, lifting on up without swinging. Make sure your elbows are lifting in the same capacity as your wrists. We're not going here, we're not going here. It's the arms lifting in one unit of work. Deep breath in and exhale, lift. Ribs knitted in. Wherever you feel that you can find that focus and work, more precision, work it. Take a full breath in and exhale. Hold your arms all the way in, but keep your leg up. From here, take a full breath in. On your exhale, you're gonna stretch. Right arm lengthening forward, right leg going long. And from here, coming all the way back in, side work. Inhale. This is getting a deeper part of your left glute. And all this control here is exactly like working on the reformer. We're not crashing the movement and we're finding a relationship in both directions. Reach the right leg long. It's in parallel. You're in the internal rotation. As your hips shift their positioning, they turn back to parallel. Inhale, exhale. The internal rotation over top of that left glute, like I said, it's going to work a different part of your butt, a part that's very hard to reach. Go for a last set of 2. Keep extending out, keep lengthening. Use your core to pull in. If you need to modify, you can always touch the floor and make the adjustments that you need for you. Coming all the way back in. Slowly take your leg all the way down. Reach your arms low. We're going to switch to the second side right away. Take your right leg to an internal rotation. Left toes on the glider. The right heel is looking towards 5 o'clock. The toes are looking towards an 11 o'clock. You're gonna pull the weights all the way in. Take a full breath in and Pilates sit back. On your exhale, stretch. Flex that left glute. Fully elongate the knee and then pull your weight in like there's an elastic band attached to it and you're pulling resistance in towards your body. You want to get this drag sensation to happen because of how you're pushing your toes down, pulling in with that right butt. Go for a last set of 3. Keep pulling that right arm in towards your body so that you're always opening up. You should feel this in the abs as well as the glutes. Stretch, squeeze that left butt. Make sure the left glute is always stretching your leg out entirely. That butt is doing the work. Last one here. From here, you're gonna set up right away by just shifting your hips with your ribs. Take your left foot off of your glider. Hips are back, arms are forward. Just like a forearm plank, take an inhale and exhale. We fly into our attitude, into our cactus / shoulder press position. Close down like you're squeezing in. The right knee has a soft bend in it. Hips are back. Close down, 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 down. Don't drop. Focus your body. Find the focus in your muscles as you control and as you lift. For 2. Last one from here. Keep the leg up and take your arms all the way back down. Take a full breath in. Same arm work, same leg work, only now lifted as you stretch. The left leg long, it's rotating in the parallel, which means we have rotated into internal rotation over top of that right leg. Coming back to the same glider position you worked with, only working up in space. Exhale. Ooh. Different balance work on one leg to the other. Notice it, feel it, find it. Last set here of 3. Right arm pulling in. Ooh. Keep drawing the chest wide. Exhale for 2. Last one, fully elongate that left leg, hips back. The right knee doesn't shift, it's staying softly bent. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Reach, come up. Woo. Take your weights down. We're gonna drop it to the floor and first stretch. Take a pigeon, right hip forward, left leg back in any way that feels good. Oh, that butt work got me good. This kind of work, truthfully, is a lot harder than reformer because you've got to balance a lot more. Weight / dumbbells are usually harder to control than resistance because there's less feedback in the eccentric conditioning of the muscle, which is the let down. So you're really working a lot of different techniques and values in how you control your body, which is why I like to give you all the information as to what you should feel, where you're working, and why we're doing it in the first place. So that's why I teach the way I do. And if you find yourself getting distracted and you're like, let's move on, then you need to work on calming your mind and staying focused on the mundane and possibly calming a little bit of that desire to just move through it and find the joy in kind of succumbing almost to the minutia of it all. Guys, we're gonna stay on the floor, and what you wanna do from here is bring your glider towards the front. Now, my mat has no gliding potential, so I need to roll my mat up just a little bit to have the glidability possibility in front of me. You might need to do the same. We're gonna be starting with the feet on the glider, both of them, and you're gonna bring your weights next to your hips. We're not gonna use them quite yet. You're gonna start with your feet completely parallel, knees squeeze into center. From here, make sure that you have your hands either stretched out forward or behind your hamstrings if you need a bit more support today. Take a full breath in, and on your exhale, you're going to smoothly roll down one vertebrae at a time, keeping as much connection as you can to your floor, reaching your arms back as you stretch your glider in front of you. Take a full breath in. On your exhale, arms reach past the shoulder alignment, legs bend, and then you nod up, arms, palms to ceiling, lifting, sitting right up on your sit bones. Take a full breath in, and then again, exhale. Just like you've got hands and straps, keep feeling the resistance work, taking you down one vertebrae at a time, reaching your arms back, deep breath in. Exhale, arms and legs first. Once the arms have passed your chest median, then you want to lift one vertebrae at a time, all the way up. Sit tall, lengthen, shoulders back, and exhale last time. Reach smoothly. Take your arms all the way past your shoulder alignment. You're going to nod your chin to sternum, taking your hands right behind the nape of your neck so you can help lengthen your neck. Close your elbows ever so slightly. Don't have them so open that you can't see them in your peripheral. You want to have them slightly closed. From here, you're going to take the glider underneath your left foot only and have your right leg lifted into a tabletop. From here, flex your left foot into the glider, but point your right toes. Take a full breath in, and on your exhale, stretch your left leg all the way out. Take an inhale to stay. On your exhale, bend your left leg, stretch your right leg, hover either on a diagonal or over the floor. Breathe in to stay. Exhale. Inhale to stay. So using a glider as a form of pressing out light resistance, you're again trying to feel the feedback of your heel down into the glider to drag it in. We're gonna go for one more slow, deep breath in. And exhale. Keep your right leg in tabletop, let your left leg stay long. From here, you're gonna reach for your left weight, grab your right as well, take your upper body down, have your head completely long in neutral spine. You're gonna, from here, take an inhale, and as we add on to our breath, on our exhale, you're going to stretch right leg forward, left knee bends, breathing in. As you bend, stretch the left, exhale. Shoulders plugging down. This is like hands and straps. You want your arms long and ready, but you want your shoulders and collarbones wide. Upper back is in that floor. Deep breath in, exhale. Deep breath in and exhale. Go for a last sit here of 2. One more. On your exhale, nod your chin, stretch your leg all the way out. From here, place your weights down to the floor, place your hands on top of your dumbbells. You're gonna bring your right leg to tabletop. You're gonna take your left leg all the way up to tabletop. Keep pressing your arms down so you have tricep activation. And from here, glue your thighs together, find a Pilates V, heels together, toes apart. Take a full breath in, exhale, double leg stretch, point your toes, keep your heels glued together, squeeze your heels in as you bend. Exhale to stretch, push your arms down, deep breath in. Go for a last sit here, up 2. Go for one more. Bend your knees, place your weights down, keep your arms long, choose your legs today, and from here, 50, 100. Breathing in for 5, and out for 5. Glue the backs of your legs together, squeeze your glutes. Last 10. Take an inhale to stay, grab your weights, and exhale, take your feet down, find your floor. Right away from here, what you're gonna do, you're gonna place the glider underneath the right foot, just getting it ready without moving. No, you're going to bring your arms bending at your elbows. Take a moment to solidify your shoulders into the floor, taking your legs one at a time up to tabletop again, keeping your hips totally secure in an imprint spine. If you cannot, maintain neutral. Your abs are suction cupping towards your spine. Take a full breath in. And on your exhale, lengthen your right arm as you stretch left leg forward. Use your weight, shoulders down, pull like you've got a tension band on the ceiling. Alternating, stretch left arm with right leg, pull down. You're going right to the ceiling with that weight, and you're stopping your knee as you bend right over top of your hip bone, 90 degrees into the hip socket and the knee. Exhale to stretch, pull down, 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 down. See how tight you can get your grip, and then start to relieve your neck muscles. Stretch your neck out long. Go for a last one here. Stretch and reach. Taking your weights all the way back in. From here, you're gonna set your weights down to the floor, nod your chin all the way up. Take your hands from behind the head and bring your right foot, heel flexing onto the glider. Take an inhale and exhale. We stretch and reach first. 4 times slow. Breathe in, stay, and now exhale. Drive that right heel down, pull the glider in, and stretch your left leg all the way out in opposition. Neck is lengthened. You want to feel your breath through your backs of your ribs and lungs so that you can squeeze out that center. Go for one more. From here, you're going to keep your right leg long, keep your left leg bent, take your hands onto your weights, grab them, come all the way down. Take a full breath in to stay. Shoulders plug down. On your exhale, single counts, we bend. Inhale to stretch. Again, collarbones are wide. Back is fully into the floor with connection and support. And your shoulders aren't lifting off the mat, they're dropping down. You want your bones to kind of be like weights, like magnets in the mat. And that's something that is a little harder again than using the reformer. You don't have shoulder blocks that tell you if you're starting to creep up or hike your shoulders off. So train the feeling right here. Exhale, go for a last set of 2. Keep flexing that right heel into your glider. Push and pull. From here, taking your leg all the way back to tabletop. Take a full breath in. Exhale, nod your chin, reach your arms all the way out. Pick up your left leg, find your tabletop, squeeze your knees in together. And from here, we're gonna turn the palms all the way to the ceiling, elbows soft, shoulders and collarbones wide. Take a full breath in, and on your exhale, single leg stretch as we bicep curl, head and chest lower down, elbows are lifted off the floor. You curl wrists to shoulders, alternating legs. Exhale. Deep breath in. Exhale. Last one each leg. Wrist curl in and stretch all the way out. Last time. Taking your legs together, place the heads of your weights all the way back down. Place your hands on top of the weights. And from here, legs staying glued together this time. Flex your feet, take a full breath in. And exhale, stretch, reach, point. Flex, pull back, squeeze your knees. Push your arms again into full length. Press down through your hands. The more you push into your weights, the more it's like you're holding hand and strap tension down right by your machine. Go for a last one. Take your legs all the way through tabletop. Breathe in, release your weights, grab your hamstrings, and roll all the way on up. Place your weights to the side. If you want to stretch your mat out for a little bit more surface support and comfort in your stretch, do so. We are going to go right back into our pigeon. Take your left leg forward, bring your right leg back. Maybe you get just a bit more distance or a little bit more stretch value. Now that your body's warm, now that you've worked through movements, and also the second time doing the stretch, you just want to give yourself a little bit more in that feeling of let go. When you're ready, switching sides. And again, just making the appropriate adjustments for you. Try to physically let your muscles and bones melt. Smoothly when you're ready, making your way all the way up through a downward dog. Press your feet into the floor. Open up to your chest and arms. It feels good to lightly tendon stretch and pedal out. Do so, but don't let your hips start to sashay from side to side. Keep them square. Hips are up like a teepee. Abs are suction cupping in. When you're ready, start to walk your feet all the way towards your hands. If your weights are close by and you can safely bend your knees first, grab your weights with your hands and bring your body all the way up. From here, you're gonna stand, we're gonna finish standing. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your legs about hip width distance in wide, have your feet in parallel, take your arms all the way next towards your waist, send your hips back into a light Pilates sit back, and from here, just like doing a sumo squat in a split exercise on the machine, what I want you to do is open your right leg up to the side, keep your hips back, stretch your arms all the way out into a tricep extension as you hold this abduction. I don't want your knees closing in. You want to feel that your legs are always pressing out and you're always trying to open and stretch a little bit wider through your inner thighs. Come back in, sit back, glutes engaged. Right leg opens, tricep extension back. Bend, you're bringing your carriage in without crashing, and you're pressing your carriage out. Hips over floor, glutes engaged. Go for your last set of 2. Always try to hold that tricep extension out. No different than if you were working with straps. You press, you hold, lengthen, ribs knitted in. You should feel your muscles working, especially as you hold. Now from here, take your arms into a bend, keep your legs in nice wide stance, externally rotate, hips are back, palms are forward. You're gonna have your elbows, again, in that stacked forearm position like a forearm plank. Take an inhale, and on your exhale, lift 90 degrees, pull back down, forearm plank, inhale. Neck is long. Chest is wide, spine is stretched, abs are pulled in, and the glutes are back, and you're pushing your heels in opposite directions, trying to split the space underneath your hips, underneath your pelvis. Last set of 3. You're gonna feel at a certain point in lifting your arms up that it's hard to go higher without popping the chest. So be really attentive as to what you're feeling here. Don't let your neck start to shrink. Don't let your shoulders round. Don't let your back round. Work with where you are, where you can, without losing form. Take your arms back in, toes to parallel. Step your feet back into parallel. We're gonna step back into our same sit back. Hip width distance, maybe a bit wider. Take a full breath in. Open left leg, abduct, stretch, tricep extension back, glutes on. Press from the floor, come back. The weight transfer is what we're working. Along with how you're moving, you're trying to find, as much as you can, the support to come in each start position. So don't rush from this going out and in. Stop, Pilates, sit back, feel your glutes engaged. They should be filling out your pants. Press on, out, open, collarbones wide. The harder you want to make this, all is dependent on how you engage your muscles and the range of motion that you're cultivating through your body. Last set of 3. Abduct. Feel that there's presence on your outer thighs, like someone's got 2 hands right on the outer sides of your quads. They're pressing their hands into your quads and you're pressing out into their hands. Last 2. Last 1 here. Deep breath in and exhale. Keep your hips as they are and externally rotate. Try to split the mat. Push your feet in opposite direction, palms forward, abs in. Take a full breath in and exhale. Lift and pull the resistance down. Don't let the wrists break. Wrists are solid, very militant. They're not here, they're here. Pull down, 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 down. Whew. Lots of back work. Stretching your neck. Exhale for 3. Keep your arms parallel, and again, challenge yourself not to lift higher than where you can keep them totally even. If you're here, but you're here, that's no good. If you're here, and that's the highest you can go with your elbows in alignment, then so be it. Check your ego out so you can check your form in. Just go for one more so you can make this movement a part of your mind to body connection. Exhale, lift, and return back down. Turn your toes to parallel, step yourself all the way back in, and release your weights. Give yourself a roll through your shoulders without forcing the movement to be fast, just nice and slow so you can let your bones recalibrate their length and their support in a vertical. And smoothly when you're ready, standing where you can bend your knees softly. Don't nod your chin, but rather bend all the way down, place your weights to the floor, and then tilt your upper body over top of your legs and thighs. Keep your knees softly bent and let your head relax. Take an inhale to stay. And then the next exhale, bend your knees deep and down so your hips can lower and softly roll on all the way up. Thank you so much for joining me for this class, for this reformer-inspired training. A lot of the reformer-inspired components, especially when you're using weights and gliders, come from you being able to tune this to this. No, it's not necessarily as feedback-driven as the machine. Maybe it's not even as fun because you can't really be distracted. But these are the kind of workouts that I tell you, they will change not only how you think about movement, but how you physically are prepared for movement. Whether it's playing with your kids, hiking, going snowboarding, going running, playing tennis, doing CrossFit, doing powerlifting, whatever it is you love to do in life, this is the kind of movement that supports that. Guys, if you have any questions or comments, leave them for me in the comment section below. You know I love to get to know you. You know I love to welcome you to this community. If this is your first time here on Burn Pilates, don't go anywhere without clicking subscribe and join me weekly for classes that you can curate with choice. Personalize your practice with me here on Burn Pilates with classes that take you from the mat to standing to reformer inspired and everything in between. Have an awesome morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. If you're looking for more content, if you're looking for exclusive classes, check me out on the Patreon. And guys, I'll see you at the next burn.